Okay, I really hate doing these intro videos. I feel like a complete dick talking to the camera, so I'm just gonna go for it. This is just a really simple tutorial showing you guys how to contour, how I do my eyebrows, and also how I do my lips in like the Kylie Jenner type style. It's also like a little winged liner tutorial, but I had to use an eyeliner that's like 3 years old, so hopefully my eyes don't like fall out or some shit, I don't know. Yeah, apart from that, I will list all the products in the video. If you guys enjoy it, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so first things first, get your foundation on. I use Estee Lauder Double Wear in Desert Beige, and I'm using the Daly Hero brush just to buff that in. And just make sure you get it all down your neck and make sure it's all nicely blended as well. Then I use the Wake Me Up Rimmel Concealer and also some Rich Liquid Foundation in white from Illamasqua. And I just put that on underneath my eyes and on my forehead and around my chin just to highlight and cover any dark circles, because I look tired as shit these days. So I need to make sure I get that all covered. Then I use a little beauty blender just from Real Techniques and just get that all nicely blended in. Kind of just use like a rolling motion and then dab the rest of it in. Then what I use is MAC Skinfinish in medium and a large powder brush from Real Techniques, and just buff that over my face. And then I just use the two light colours from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette and just go over where I've highlighted with the concealer, just to make sure that's nice and set. Then on my brows, I just comb through and get them going in the direction I want to go. And then I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in blonde and a MAC 266 brush, and apply that through my brows. I try not to use too much product, otherwise it can look a bit messy, and it's better to have too little and build your way up. I basically have no eyebrows, so I kind of got to draw it in and draw the shape that I want in. But I usually make a mess of it and then have to clean it up later. But I kind of use the dip brow as a base, and then I go over it to darken it and just set it really. So this is where I go in with my Illamasqua brow cake in Thunder and the same MAC 266 brush, and just really set that and darken it. I don't really use any of the powder in the inner part of my eyebrow just to get like the faded effect. Just makes it easier to comb through and blend it. And then what I use is my MAC concealer. Studio Finish Concealer in NC25 and a little flat concealer brush, and just carve out my eyebrows just to really tidy those up and get them in the shape that I want. You might have to go over this a couple of times with the powder and things like that until you get the right shape. Sometimes it can be a bit time consuming, but it works well. Then I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original and just apply that across my lid just to really set the base for whatever kind of eye look that I'm going to do. And this one is quite good because it just sort of blends in and doesn't really leave much of a colour on your eyes. Then I just use the yellowy sort of colour from the contour palette and just really set that all across my lid. Then I'm doing my Liquid Liner in my little flick. This was an eyeliner that I literally found in my bag because I've run out of my other gel liner. I don't usually use a liquid liner like this, so I made a complete hash of it, but I just ended up going off camera just to fix it because it was starting to do my head in. But you get the idea of what I'm trying to do anyway. So you just want to draw like a line up from your bottom waterline, just in the same direction, and then just drag it back and connect it with the line that you've drawn along your lash line. And it should be nice and smooth, but mine wasn't. So this is what it ended up looking like once I went away and fixed it and it looked how it was supposed to look. So then I just went in with a little black kohl pencil and just outlined my eyes and just went along the lash line and the waterline just in the outside corner of my eyes, just to make it look a little bit darker and just nicer. Then just cut my lashes and apply mascara, and I use the MaxFactor 2000 Calorie Mascara just in black. Okay, so then to contour I used Java and Fawn mixed together. And in MAC, I actually can't remember the name of this brush, but it's a little ankle fluffy brush from MAC, and it's what I always use to do my contouring. And I just apply this along the hollows of my cheeks and along my forehead, because my forehead is massive, and also along my jawline, and then just make sure it's all nicely blended before I apply a darker contour. I like to contour quite a bit on my face, so I do use a slightly darker colour than I maybe should, but it's kind of personal preference really what you prefer. Then I use a mixture of Fawn and mostly Havana, and just really put that right in the hollow of my cheekbones and along the top of my forehead, especially when I have my hair in the middle parting, otherwise my forehead is humongous. Then I highlight using a mixture of vanilla and banana, again from the same contour palette, and a little pointy brush from Eco Tools, and just apply that underneath the contour and along the tops of my cheekbones, just to really make the contour stand out. And I also usually put it across my chin and just in the middle of my forehead just to highlight that. Then I used a little palette which I have no idea of the name, it's just from Estee Lauder, and just like a kind of neutral blush across the apples of my cheeks, and then I highlighted using MAC Skinfinish in Soft and Gentle, and a little angle brush from Crime Brush UK, and just put that along the tops of my cheekbones and also then across the cupid's bow of my lips just to highlight that. Then using Fawn and also a little pencil brush, I just put that right in the dip of my cupid's bow and also underneath my lips, and this just really helps to make your lips look a lot bigger and fuller. Then I used a naked liner from MAC and just filled in my lips just to really set a base for the lipstick to go over. And the lipstick I used was Honey Love from MAC, and it's a matte finish lipstick. And this is where it all went up. Oops. So I just applied my lipstick off camera, and then I'm using a little limited edition liner that I got from Topshop a few years ago, which I love and I'm almost out of, but it's kind of like a dark pinky nude colour. I'm just overlining the outside of my lips. And the reason I use a darker colour is it just kind of gives it that fuller effect, kind of like the Kylie Jenner look that everybody is obsessed with, which I'm also a big fan of myself. And you just overline the top and the bottom of your lips and sort of bring it in from the edges of your lips into the center. And that's your lips done. And then you can see my hideous undercut, which is taking 5,000 years to grow out, but will do eventually. And that's your finished look.